So I got back from my workout this morning. That was when I did the first live, well, when I tried to do that first live. And I can tell you those workouts are getting better. They're getting easier. It was my first one for the day. I've got another one to do before I head to the airport in just over 5-6 hours. And then I'm on my way to Singapore and Thailand. So it's going to be challenging the next 3 weeks to do that, but I've committed to doing it. So let's see how we go. I think the biggest challenge I'm going to have while in the Asian countries is finding meat and eggs to eat, because that's all I can eat. Don't eat rice, don't eat veggies, don't eat any of that stuff. My diet is the carnivore diet. That's the diet that I chose for 75 Hard. So that's going to be interesting. Anyway, back to what I wrote. Everybody's got a story. What's yours? Now, most people go through life, and I say most people because we can see that 95% of people in life really aren't successful. They haven't made it. They haven't arrived. They haven't fulfilled on the ambitions and the dreams that they potentially had when they were younger. Why is that the case? Is because of their story. Okay? But then you could also turn around and say, well, there's 5% of the people in the world that have made it, that have succeeded on their dreams, that have followed through on everything that are. Why have they made it? Well, it's because their story. Now, are their stories any different? No, probably not. Their perception of their story, the way they continually tell their story to themselves and to other people is the difference. Because you can play a victim inside of a circumstance. Everybody's got excuses. I work with heaps and heaps of people from all different walks of life. Some of them are incredibly successful, some of them not so much. But they've all got the same stories. They've all got the same hard luck stories. They've all got the poor me's. They've all had things happen to them that could be debilitating. But it's how they allow it to affect their psyche and their day-to-day actions that create their results at the end of the day. So what are you continually telling yourself around your story? Is your story an empowering one? Are you using it to push you forward? Or are you using it just to, no, that's no good. It's poor me. Because that's ultimately going to be the difference. You can be the victor, you can be the victim, but you can't be both. You can have results or you can make excuses, but you can't make both. Now, you have to fail. I said this the other day, we've got to make mistakes because that's where we get the learning. We go through life without making a mistake, then it's probably not a life well lived. You've got to make the mistakes, and you've got to understand that your story is not a life sentence. It's just something that happened to you. What you do with it, how you allow it to affect you, is what creates the results that you have. So if you've got a lack of results, shine a light. What are the stories that you're continually telling yourself that make you stuck? Oh, I haven't got enough money. Oh, I haven't got enough time. Oh, I'm not intelligent enough. Oh, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Bullshit, they're all just stories. Stop telling yourself the story or start empowering yourself with the stories. Because as I said right at the start, those that succeed have got the same stories that those that have failed. What's the difference? The way in which they look at the story. So how are you looking at yours? I invite you to take a look at your story and go, okay, where is it in this juncture where I can take responsibility for what I am, for who I am, for how I show up? What's the next right step for me to take in order for me to have the result that I want? Now, you're not going to get it on the first go, more than likely not. You're probably going to stumble and fail along the way, and I encourage you to do so. But what's the difference? Stop. What's the next right step for you in order to get the result that you want? Anyway, ka kite anō, got to go get ready.